explanation or a reason why end-to-end processes haven't got as much attention maybe as they deserve.
With fragmented teams across, many departments, there's my little kingdom. Let me look after my own shop. I'm not going to fund something that isn't directly improving me. It seems big, it seems scary, it seems complex. If you're into, when you get multiple handshakes, it's hard to get everybody on side. And it really takes a bit of a terrier approach. We need to be a bit persistent and keep plugging away. Getting everybody to say yes at the right time is difficult. So people stick with what they know and what they can see the immediate impact with. So you have to have someone who's a bit of a visionary leader to inspire and say, let's go after this. You need to let's go after it. We've got bigger dreams here that can solve these big challenges that are end-to-end, settling a clean, very different cultures, very different mindsets, very different, let's say working practices, and getting everybody to settle on the same set of processes is not an easy job. So I think people shy away from that challenge because it seems too hard. I've learned, annual budgeting cycles are a really big challenge. There's some things that require a multi-year funding to get it done, because it does take time over, as I say, it took, from hello to delivery was probably about, it was more than 12 months, and that's challenging for some companies to settle into and say, that's why you have to prove that short-term value. If you're going to do that, I'll give you some value this year, give me more money in the next funding cycle, and give you more value next year until you get that big go live with.
A very small percentage have named process owners. So do you think that's something that's maybe been left behind and should get attention, or maybe not so much a focus here?
I know it certainly is. For sure in operations, operations is the poor little unwanted child of most organizations. It feeds off scraps, and often you'll have a process owner or an IT service owner that probably owns maybe 10, 15 processes or 10 or 15 products. So getting that end-to-end ownership is really difficult. Getting a business person to own that end-to-end process, because it's still their little bit of the silo. They're like, well, I own this bit, and there's a connector on the process map that says that's somebody else's process. Then beyond, on the next page, that's somebody else's process. So getting that end-to-end process ownership is very difficult, and it's a function of that thinking in functions rather than thinking in handovers. Right, I'll do my bit and then I'll handshake and hand over to you. Here's the email, the CSV file. You go off and do your piece of the puzzle. I'm done with it right now. That's the challenge. But you need somebody who can focus in on bringing each of the bits of the process together and bringing everybody into the same room to go. One of the things we found was when you have those truth and reconciliation sessions, like, but I thought you did that. No, we do this bit, but you don't. No, we do that bit. And then there's overlap and they do it differently, and that's where you get the failures and the breakages that Hussein was talking about. If you want to do cheap, you can go RPA route, and I know this from personal. If you want to do really strategic, it's bespoke, fully fusion development teams. You're building your bespoke. But in that middle space, there is real value to be got from working with partnerships and working with partners to deliver real value in a robust manner that allows you to deliver on your customer's behalf, on your business bottom line, on the cost base, as well as encouraging people to have let's say, the potential for more revenue. And I think it's definitely worth going after that. That more complex automations than simply putting together a few no-code, low-code platforms.